Welcome on board the Fleming 85. In this video, I want to focus on all the technical aspects throughout this vessel. The Fleming 85 is an expedition motor yacht with a length overall of 85 feet, a 20-foot beam, and a draft of 5.5 feet, all within a semi-displacement hull. Standard power is twin 1550 horsepower MAN V12s, and she's equipped with the Humphrey's zero-speed stabilizer fins. With 3,170 gallons of fuel on board, and at a cruise speed of around 8 knots, she has a maximum range of almost 3,700 nautical miles, or more depending on the conditions. The Fleming 85 is available in both enclosed pilothouse or open Flybridge configuration. Below deck, she offers 2 primary layout options, a 3-cabin or 4-cabin configuration, along with flexible crew quarters. Now, pretty much everything that you see, including the joystick, DPS, major systems, comes standard, and that's not typical with most manufacturers. The only thing that you have options for here is your navigation systems. So if you prefer one system over the other, if you want more or less, that is all up to you. Starting from starboard, moving over, large buttons for everything that you would need at a moment's notice. Like I said, joystick, bow and stern thrusters. This is a fly-by-wire control. Great visibility of everything that I'm gonna wanna see going on the vessel. And as you can see, it is set up like a true computer system. Very smart. I can command everything going on this vessel right here from the pilot house. The water maker comes standard on the Fleming, and Fleming is all about redundancy. You're gonna hear me say that word a couple times throughout this video. You can see 2 freshwater pumps, because if one goes down, you're kind of out of luck. You have to head to the next port. This way you can keep cruising, and when you get to your next port of call, replace that pump. There are flip down footrests, which is a very welcome addition, and this is a pretty comfy captain's chair. And like any good pilot house, I have 180-degree views all the way around, and backup cameras for when I'm docking, or if I just want to watch the goings-on in the marina. Diving in again to the passage-making abilities of this vessel. So it is a Class A vessel, which means she is ocean-going, and that is nowhere better exemplified than in these doors. So these have to be watertight doors, and it's easy to close and lock in, but just the turn of that handle, it opens up, but you can see how it locks in and really becomes a watertight door. And there's one on either side. Another aspect of the mark of a true, well thought out passage maker is the lack of hard corners. So everywhere I look, everything is rounded, so that if you are in a big sea state and are kind of getting knocked around as you go, you're not gonna run into any corners. A couple steps away from the helm seat is the electrical panel. Well organized, everything's easy to see, very well labeled. There's an additional helm station up on the Flybridge. Still room to seat 2. I love a solid compass, right center line with the helm. Dual screens, all the controls you're gonna need from up here. Pared down version of what we saw below, but still well equipped. With joystick piloting, I can use it from in here, or I can walk around, come all the way forward, and be able to have my hand on the joystick and have full visibility of the entire length of the boat. Additionally, there is another piloting station in the aft quarter. I imagine the magnitude of this dinghy davit system is owner's choice. So for me personally, I want a big adventure dinghy, especially on a passage maker like this. So I want a big davit system so that I can get all of my big beefy toys in and out of the water. Before we head down into the mechanical spaces, let's go check out the anchor systems. So one word that I hear from Fleming a lot is redundancy. And where better to show that off than right here with the dual anchors. One is an electric windlass and one is a hydraulic windlass. If the hydraulic pump goes down for whatever reason, you can still drop anchor or retrieve it if you need to. On starboard is the electric remote for the windlass. There's controls at the helm as well. And on the port locker, there is a freshwater washdown hose. All right, let's go down into the heart of the operation. Before we go into the engine room, I wanted to point out the crew space. So you can do a single cabin layout, which they've got here, or you can do a 2 cabin layout. But what really stands out to me is that the fit and finish from up above is all the way down in here too. So the crew space doesn't feel like an afterthought. It still feels very much a part of the boat. So this is an owner-operator boat, so they chose to only have 1 crew on board, but they still have their own dining space and there are screens so I can keep an eye on the navigation from down below. Well-appointed galley with a microwave cooktop, fridge with a double berth. All right, now let's get to the meat of it. Looking around, I see double hose clamps on everything. Everything that I would ever need to access is exposed. It's never been glassed in or behind some hidden wall where you're having to kind of guess where that line might lead. You have access to everything you potentially need. And again, redundancy everywhere. Dual fuel filters, multiple AC chillers. Up above, you can see this whole panel actually lifts up and out, so you don't have to dismantle these large engines should you need to switch one out. And it's partially a testament to the owner, but it speaks volumes of Fleming as well, that this engine room with as many hours on it as well, as the owners have been on board for 18 months, and it still looks as clean as it does. I would not be surprised if this were a brand new boat. So to finish this off, I want to head out to the dock and really get a good look at the exterior of the vessel, but we had an opportunity to sit and chat with the owners, and he pointed out something that he insisted on, and I absolutely love this. He's got a tool chest that he says he's in and out of every day. Smart add-on on the owner's part. In our walkthrough video, I note that that forward cabin is pretty tight. And looking at the entry of the Fleming 85, I can understand why that cabin is so tight. So this Fleming is going to slice through the water a bit better than the typical displacement hulls because you're not plowing as much water out of the way as you're cruising. So that's going to translate into a little steadier ride as well as better fuel economy. Up on top of the Flybridge, there are solar panels. Those all come down to a big lithium battery bank. So this boat can actually be at rest at anchor just on the batteries alone. It has a 0-speed fin system as well, and that's tied into the inverter. So you can be at anchor, no generators running, with the stabilization going, even a little bit of air conditioning for a decent amount of time without having to listen to any diesel. We were lucky enough to spend some time with the owners, and they have said that this is a very efficient boat. So they go power neutral during the day with that incoming solar. When they're in a marina, they're able to just plug in for a few hours, top up their battery banks, and then disconnect for the whole rest of the day so they're not continually pulling juice from the marina. As Freya continues her journey, we'll be staying in touch to see where she travels next. This Fleming 85 is very much an owner-operator's yacht. With only a deckhand for crew, the owners manage the boat themselves, gaining not only just confidence, but a deep knowledge of how she runs. For prospective buyers, this is a powerful reminder that Fleming designs its yachts for not only comfort and long-range cruising, but for those who want the full experience of life at sea. So that's my technical walkthrough of the Fleming 85. Don't forget to check out our companion video where we really explore the liveaboard capabilities of this boat. I'm gonna go explore the rest of the Cannes Yachting Festival because, hey, life is always better on a boat.